Hi, welcome to this week's Dragonblade Authors Unplugged. I'm so excited. I've got Ruth Casie, Daphne Quinn, and Deb Marlowe with me today. Ladies, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
And Sandra Suker has a book out this week as well, so I'll make sure I pop the link to that in the comments, and we'll catch up with her in the future week. But let's dive in with Daphne because we missed her on a previous recording. So I'm so glad that she could be with us today and tell us about Entertaining the Earl, which is book 2 in the Vows of, it's the Vows of Vauxhall, right?
Vauxhall Gardens.
Yeah, I always want to make it Bohall, and that's not how it is.
No. So it's book 2. Yes, it has been out a little bit. I'm sorry, I missed it. I had a baby in March, so things this year have just been a little bit all over the place.
Babies take precedence over everything.
Thankfully, the books were written, so that was okay. So it's Vows of Vauxhall Gardens. They're all set. They're all promises that are made in Vauxhall Gardens, which these amazing gardens that they used to go to. There was kind of lots of entertainment, dancing, food, the dark walk where people got up to things that they shouldn't, which is always really good for the story. And I just really liked it as a setting. So this one is where they make a promise to have a fake relationship. And it's a very bookish miss, and she's been asked to help this earl who's come back from the continent, and he hasn't been in England for a long time, so he comes and stays with the family just to settle back into how things are in England. And she thinks he's going to be this old earl, with grey hair, and he's going to be really dull, and he's actually really attractive, and she really likes him, but she thinks he'll never like her because she's plain and she likes to read, and she's always been thought of as quite boring. And then they pretend to court because he doesn't want all the matchmaking mamas throwing their daughters at him, and she just wants to be left alone to read and doesn't want her parents trying to marry her off. But it doesn't stay as a fake relationship, and real feelings grow. So the promise from Vauxhall Gardens, they never do. No,
we kind of count on that, So how many more books in the series do we have?
There's one more coming, which is finished with the editors, so it'll be on its way. But there's one more, which is A Vow from a Viscount, which is the third one. And then the first one was The Lady of the Lamps, which was where they met in Vauxhall Gardens. And then he went off to war and they didn't see each other for years. And then they met there again years later and kind of dealt with all their issues and fell in love later. So sort of second chance romance.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the hero for this book?
Yes. So this one is Colin. He's the Earl of Bourne, and he went off travelling across the continent, found it far more interesting than England. But his aunt writes to him and says, you've got to come back. Your estate is being mismanaged. There is no heir to your title. This isn't right. You've got to come back. So he says, all right, okay, I'll come back and I'll see, kind of get things in order and see what's going on. And he knows he'll have to marry, but he doesn't really want to come back and just settle down and marry. He likes to travel. And doesn't expect to fall in love. And then when he does, realizes that actually she loves stories and quite wants to travel and see some more of the world herself as well. So they can
I love
see
that.
a bit of the world too, as well as settling down and having the heir that his estate needs.
I love that. I love the promise that they're both going to get what they want out of the situation. So awesome.
Yeah, and that's the point at the beginning is that they will, but it's just going to be pretend. And then when they realize that there are actual feelings, and then they have to persuade society doesn't really believe that it could be real, because why would he like her? And then she doesn't believe that it could be real, because why would he like her? And so he has to persuade her that he really does have feelings for her, and it's not a hoax, and he's not trying to pretend it is real. So.
That's even better because he's got to work for it. That's awesome. We love that. Oh, awesome. Well, that sounds like a blast. That sounds great. And I'm looking forward to the last one as well. So
yes, I'm quite excited. Just finished the edit, so it's always fun to reread it, and quite excited. But really, I really enjoyed writing all these books set in Vauxhall Gardens. There's a few scenes in some of the big TV shows in Poldark and Bridgerton have scenes that are set, and I always think it just looks so magical to have this kind of nighttime outdoor thing, fireworks and flames. And there was this cascade that's a big metal structure that made noise that sounded like water, but it wasn't water, but was kind of just they'd ring a bell and then it would be on for like 10 minutes and you could go and see it, and it was kind of the spectacle that everyone talked about. So I just thought a perfect place for some promises and secrets, and there's a bit of scandal and things like that.
And dark corners. That makes perfect sense. Awesome. Well, the next book that came out this week is Sandra Suker's book, and it's The Blind Lion. And it's obviously a Lion's Den book, and I'll make sure I pop the link in so that you can grab that one. But the one after that, and it's actually today we're recording on Deb's release day. It's
Yay!
Dark Tidings on the Thames, and it's book seven in the Keir Levitt series. So I'm going to hear all about this, and then I want to hear about what it's like to write in a long running slow burn kind of series with an established couple too.
Yeah. Yes, today's my book birthday. I am over on the Dragonblade readers group today, giving away fun prizes and stuff. So come over and visit me. Yep, Dark Tidings on the Thames. It is the seventh book. It's a slow burn romance. My heroine is, I find her really interesting because she is very left brain and right brain, both, where I am just creative, not mathy, and she's both. She does she uses her math and science skills to create beauty, which is she creates these intricate automatons.
Those are so cool. Like that whole history.
My hero is a Highlander forge artist, and he also, he's a big guy who makes art, and they run around and solve murders, and it really is the whole series has just become this found family situation, and it's slow burn romance. Their relationship has progressed with each book, and I can just really deep dive into the characters, and it's been really, really fun. It really has been. Readers have been great. They have their own favorite secondary character fan clubs, which is fun. So, I get a little grief sometimes because, not everything, it is a mystery series. Things happen, bad things happen in Victorian London. Bad things happen. But they're all making their way through together. So
they're married. The couple's married now, right?
They are now, yes.
So now we get to watch how they navigate that, and if the dynamic of the relationship changes, and
yes,
all of that.
And their status, status has changed in society, and so there's a lot. They deal with a lot, but they deal with it together and with their people, which I find very rewarding to write. So
I can imagine that it's interesting as a writer to be able to spend time trying to figure out how to navigate the power dynamics after they're after they're already together.
It is interesting, but it's really fun because you think about that when you write an epilogue in a normal series or standalone, you think about what their issues are and what they're going to be dealing with in the future, and I get to write it more deeply, so that's really fun. But this book is set in, this one is in London. Most are in London. This one has a bit in Scotland and London. They kind of go back and forth in the series, but it involves a charity, which I based off of a real charity that actually came several years later. And so that's been lots of fun. And I am also kind of exploring the world of the flower girls, the flower sellers, and how they lived, and how difficult it was for them, and that kind of thing. So one of the things I love with the mysteries is mystery readers, I think, as well as historical romance readers, love the real history. They love to learn something with the story, learn something, feel something, right? And so I have a lot of fun bringing in real historical detail into the series. So
I remember that from your first book. I loved the section on the automatons and stuff in the beginning of the series, because
and the Great Exhibition. I couldn't keep it in the Great Exhibition, but boy, did I love exploring that one.
Awesome. How many more of these do we have planned?
Well, at least 2 more, and after that, we'll see. I am taking a small break because my brain needs a little variety, so I'm doing a couple other projects, including an anthology for next summer for Dragonblade, which I'm excited about because I'm linking it to the Dukes All Summer Long that came out this past summer.
Oh, fun!
So yeah, I really enjoyed that set of characters and the setting that it was in, and so I'm going to explore that some more. So
Very cool. Very cool. Well, the next book that comes out this week is Ruth's book, and it's A Val for the Viscount, and it's book 4 in the Barrington Brigade.
Yes, it is.
Can you tell us about this one?
I was still working on Deb's. I'm sorry.
Well, everybody should read Deb's and Daphne's and Sandra's. And
Yes. Oh, I'll just veer off for a minute because my next series that I just signed up with with Catherine is a Gothic romance.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So I was listening very carefully. So A Vow for the Viscount is the 4th book in a 6-book series. I just sent off the 6th book for editing. So my mind is a little bit confused. I'm going to read to you what this is about and remind myself. So for 3 years, this woman, Mary Ann Seton, thought her fiance was lost in the Peninsula War. And she's told by the War Department that there's very little hope that she should really move on. And she does. She moves on and she's trying on her wedding gown, doing the final fitting. And
no way.
Guess who walks in? So she's pulled between him and this other man who truly is a nice guy, but it was never the same.
But he's not our first love. He's not the one our heart wants.
Yeah, and Quentin, who is our hero, he comes back a changed man. He's not who he was when he left. So, and in this story, this is book 4, Barrington's Brigade. Let me tell you a little bit about the brigade, and that will kind of clear up some of the mystery here. Barrington's Brigade, Colonel Barrington is a retired officer, and he was badly wounded in getting his men out of a situation. And those men that reported to him stuck by him all the way through his recuperation. And he turned into he lives in the country in Summer by the Sea, which is a small town that looks really like in the northeast coast of England, and it's like Newcastle. It's like a Newcastle type place, and there's no militia up there. The nearest militia is 90 miles away because not every town had a militia in this time period. So because he was a military man and because he has access to people and things, people call on him for situations. And in order for him to call his men back, he gave them a gold coin. And the secret is, if you receive a gold coin, don't ask any questions. Just get your tushy back up to Summer by the Sea as quick as you can, because there's something that I need done. Mm-hmm. So in our story here, and the background of why he's been called into this duty of sorts is because there is a crime syndicate called the Order of Shadows that is an ancient order that is trying to do away with England and trying to take over the government.
Oi.
Yes. So that's the mystery that kind of goes through all 6 books. And little by little, he's taking the Order of Shadows down piece by piece by piece. So he calls up, he happens to have been able to get Quint, who was a prisoner of war. He actually finds him and gets him released and gives him the coin and says, you've got something to do here. So that's how the 2 people get back together. And I'm drawing a blank on the part of the mystery that they're doing. Be very honest with you, it's all about There's the second or sub plot that's going on here is something that came up in Duke's All Summer Long. I mentioned Barrington. Well, Barrington has been around since the Ladies of Summer by the Sea. Summer by the Sea is another series that I have with Dragonblade about women who are intelligent and smart beyond their time. We had a doctor, we had a code breaker. So that we had
as well.
Someone who made gears. So so these women are given an education with Mrs. Bainbridge. So Mrs. Bainbridge and Barrington are a couple, but they're not a couple.
But we'll get connections from both series, so we can read everything and
right. So I know I'm mixing what they call kasha with borscht, which is just anyway. We take Barrington, and he's running with the Barrington Brigade, and in Duke's All Summer Long, you find the backstory of him and Bainbridge. And in the last 3 books of this series, they're planning their wedding.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So you have a wedding going on, and then you have planning. Mm-hmm. Everything's going wrong, by the way, with this wedding going on.
Well, of course, it wouldn't be fun to read if it wasn't.
So, but the love story between Quint and Marianne is one of trying to figure out what was it that they were so in that drew them together. Mm-hmm. Because while he was in prison, he wrote letters to her that the villain in our story never allowed to be delivered. Mm-hmm. And any letters that she wrote were stopped from going to him. So they never were able to communicate, but their love kept them together, because he comes out and tells her that you're the one that kept me going through 3 years of captivity. So I think it's a beautiful story.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of tension built in that idea of this is your first true love, and then you go through the emotional growth and the character arc of being ready to move on to something else, and are literally standing on the threshold of a new life, and boom, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a lot, you know.
And yeah, it was just a great story, and their push and pull, because they know each other so well, but no, they don't.
But not now. They know who they were, but not now.
Yeah, and that's when they start questioning, and when he realizes that she doesn't need him to protect her. She needs him to stand with her, and that's one of the overarching pieces of the romance.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like a great story and a great series, and I love when things interconnect and we get to get little bits and pieces of previous characters. It's a little bit like what Deb was talking about with found family, you know, like when you get attached to people and they become more important than you realize they're going to be. So that sounds fantastic. Well, ladies, we have a little bit of time left, and I am on a Halloween spooky fall apple cider pumpkin spice fest right now, and I wondered if anybody else was feeling the same kind of lure, and if we could talk a little bit about your favorite fall things.
So we don't. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I say we don't do Halloween quite as big over here in the UK. It is around, but it's definitely not as big. But I have started a tradition with my children of going pumpkin picking, which I do love.
Oh, fun!
And we went the other day, because if you leave it too late in October, it gets really muddy and it's a nightmare. So we did that the other day and got some very cute photos. And I have actually bought a pumpkin big enough that I'm going to do the sitting my baby son in it to take photos, which I did do with my daughter 5 years ago. So that's my thing. I mean, it'll be a lot of work and he'll be very sticky, but it'll be cute. So that's my kind of big fall, autumn, Halloween thing is pumpkin picking.
My son is my son has two boys, a 4-year-old and a 14-week-old. So we were talking, and we do they live about 300 miles away. So they live in north of Boston. So we do FaceTime Live, to talk to each other. And the big boy, the 4-year-old, is going to be Batman.
Oh, cool.
And the 14-week-old has a onesie of Robin.
Oh,
So cute.
Yeah. I don't know who my son is. I think my son was going to be Captain America. And my daughter-in-law, she is not a cosplay person. She may just go as a mom.
well, that's not
Which is fine with me. But I got all excited when I saw the costumes.
Oh yeah, trick or treating.
I'm a cosplay person, and I have so many costumes from different conferences that we're doing a Halloween pub crawl. Is the plan. So I have multiple costumes to choose from. So that'll be fun.
Halloween pub crawl sounds like the best.
But my kids are grown, and do not have grandkids yet. Neither one of them are ready for that yet. But they still want me to. Their big thing is pumpkin muffins. Pumpkin chocolate muffins. I have to make them every year. So,
well, that sounds delicious.
Pumpkin chocolate muffins as well, please.
Yeah, and I do have a Devonshire spiced apple cake. On my website, I do the Deb Marlowe's Historical Kitchen, where I make the historical recipes in my modern kitchen in a very amateur fashion. But Devonshire spiced apple cake is one of them, and oh man, is that great for fall? So
it does sound. I'm actually from Devon. Devon is where I'm from. So.
Okay.
I will need to make that one.
I highly recommend that one. It's great.
It does sound good.
Yeah. I saw a recipe for apple cider sourdough cinnamon rolls, and I finally got my sourdough starter so that it's like consistent and doesn't do anything naughty. So I'm thinking that it needs to happen, but I might sneak in an apple cake too, because a Devonshire apple cake sounds delightful.
It does sound good.
So are you hot tea, hot cider, or coffee people?
Tea.
Tea.
British. It just has to be tea.
I don't know. I was going to guess, but it seems
not allowed to drink anything else now. I just love tea.
Tea, but I will definitely go for like the fall blends, the spicy chai or
cinnamon
cinnamon, anything like that. I will definitely go for that at this time of the year.
So I like tea, but in the fall I like hot apple cider.
Yeah. I bought a thing of apple cider, and the kid I live with drank it all. From town last night and I called up the stairs and said, "Do you want some hot apple cider?" And then I opened the refrigerator, and it's like, oh, neither of us are going to get it.
It always confuses me, because over here, cider is always alcoholic. It would be. So then, and I saw it on a TV show once, and I thought, why are they drinking? I'm so confused by these children. Yeah. And then I looked up and realised that obviously it's just not quite the same.
No, it's not quite the same.
No, and it's hard for us to get. It's gotten better over the last couple of years, where we can get more hard apple cider, but It's still pretty sweet. Like, it's sweet. It's not, nice.
The hard cider has become a thing around here. I don't know. We have several cider breweries, so it's a thing here.
So if I came to visit you, I could come
and see me.
I could pub crawl, we could do like apple cider pub crawl, like hard cider pub crawl, and
that's
then
what you need.
The Yeti, because that's still on the list.
Yes. I saw a T-shirt the other day, and I almost sent it to you. And it was a national park T-shirt about respecting the native animals, and it was a Bigfoot. I almost sent it to you.
Well, I keep hoping that there's going to be Halloween kids. I live in a neighborhood, and every year I get very excited thinking that we're going to get trick-or-treaters, and we don't ever get trick-or-treaters, or we get like maybe 2. So I'm not buying candy because if I buy it, I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to buy the kind I like, which means I'm really going to eat it, which for me is dark chocolate peanut butter cups. What is it for you guys? What is your favorite one?
Anything with chocolate?
Milk
Yeah,
or
I love
dark?
Anything with dark chocolate for me.
Dark chocolate. Daphne, are you dark or milk?
milk.
Milk.
But I like dairy milk, like very British chocolate.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
the-
love milk chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate at all. I just no. But my husband says that doesn't make any sense because it's just chocolatier, which means I should like it. But I don't.
So my son, when we were talking, his 4-year-old showed me a bag of cookies. They're Oreo cookies filled with Reese's, which are peanut butter, with just peanut butter.
So dark chocolate with peanut butter filling.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's good that I don't go to the grocery store too often, I think.
Yeah, me too.
And it's a limited edition. They only have
It sounds delicious.
Well, Alexa Aston posted about, and now my Alexas are going to go off, posted about pumpkin spice Cheerios on her page because she's been traveling and she just came back and I think she posted about pumpkin spice Cheerios and I was like, I didn't know that was a thing and now I feel like I need pumpkin spice Cheerios too. Daphne, do you have Cadbury chocolate?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Cadbury chocolate. Yeah, love.
That's the good milky kind with the snap, and it's still, like it's got a little not gritty, and it's just.
I do like the fruit and nut. I like the fruit and nut Cadbury. That's one of my favorites, and I actually don't mind the violet crumble either. So
I find I pick chocolate now based on things my daughter won't steal because, like, I love mint chocolate, but she loves mint chocolate, so then it just disappears. So I'm like, what can I buy that only I will like that I can not have stolen away from me immediately, or else it's hidden, one or the other.
I'm conflicted about mint chocolate. My mother loves it, but I'll do peanut butter and chocolate, but really just naked chocolate.
I hate peanut butter, so it's mint.
Really?
Yeah, really don't like it. I don't know why. I don't like peanuts at all. So
well, if you don't like peanuts, peanut butter is much, like that makes sense. That makes sense. Do you have any other things you like about fall? Are we leaf watchers? Do we go for drives? Mums.
I love the changing color leaves. There is an arboretum that I love to go for, mainly to take more photos of my children. That is what I do other than write. But yeah, I love when the leaves turn and it's red and gold, and yeah, I do really like that.
I love the colors, but I'm always sad when they fall, because I live kind of in the boonies, and when the leaves are on, I cannot see any of my neighbors really. and then it changes. Then the leaves fall, and I'm like, oh, there's people.
Yeah.
So I live in a less rural area than you do, and there's a parkway that goes from where we live up to New York State. New York is the next state from us, and it's called Palisades Parkway, and it's all tree lined. So as you drive up, and it's a windy, it's a wide windy, not a big, a wide windy road. It's a nice, trip. And in the fall, it is magnificent.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. People come here to drive the Blue Ridge Parkway to do leaf picking too. So.
Yeah, but I don't like it when it falls either because it gets all over the lawn. It's in the driveway.
Slippery all over.
Slippery gets worse.
New York is so fun in the fall. New York has a lot of things to do in the city, right?
Yeah.
It always seems like that's a thing in movies and
TV
shows.
We're only 5 miles from New York City.
Oh, that's
by the George Washington Bridge. So, but now it's just expensive. It's expensive. I'll have to sell more books.
Well, on that note, I'll make sure I put the link to all the books in the comments so you can grab them if you haven't gotten them already. And I'll put Sanders in as well. And if you're looking to get your spooky on, we have the Ghost Graveyards and Gray Ladies anthology comes out at the end of the month. So I'll pop that link in as well so you can grab it. And here's the pitch. Dragonblade books are the best deal in pre-order and release. We're starting to raise our prices during the pre-order period. So when you see the book, when you see it go on pre-order, you want to jump, pounce on it, get it right then. Don't wait. Don't let it go past because that will be the very best prices when they first go up on pre-order. So Ladies, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. I really do appreciate it. It's great to have
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. It was great